Welcome back, guys. We're going to do the Jubilee line. Now, we've already done most of the Jubilee line. And actually, if I go to free cam, right, so and then I can, what I'll do, I'll overlay a transparency of the Jubilee line on top of here. So we've got the Jubilee line comes down here from Stratford, and then it comes through Canary Wharf, and then it goes over here through Waterloo, and then it goes. Now, bear in mind, I can't see the overlay, so I'm doing my best. And then it goes, I don't know, somewhere up here, through Baker Street, following the Metropolitan line, and up to, eventually up to Wembley Park, which is going to be kind of up here-ish. And then it carries on, eventually up to, it terminates at Stanmore. I think I'm only going to take it up to Wembley Park. I might take it to the next stop, but I think we're probably going to stop at Wembley Park. Okay, so that's the line that we're putting in. Should we get on with it? Let's get on with it. Let's get out of free cam. There we go. Alright, so the Jubilee line. We've already put in, like I said, a large portion of this. So let's go up here. So here we go. Here is the Jubilee line. This silver line which runs from here. And of course all of these don't have the damn names on them because they all got removed, which is a real pain. But it is what it is. Anyway, so yeah, it comes through here, comes through Canary Wharf, and for some reason, oh yeah, I remember, I moved that station, so yeah, that's got to be reconnected through there, and then we come all the way over to Waterloo. Now that's as far as we got, Waterloo. So what I've got to do is put in the rest of this line. Now, just before we jump into the time lapse, there's a couple of other things that I want to show you very, very quickly, and it's about the detail. And I know that you guys are very keen on the detail or whatever. Now, I had some real criticism about putting in this this turnaround loop here, with people saying, "Oh, well, why didn't you just do the same thing that you did at the other end?" If I can find the other end, where it just goes into one platform and then comes back, because that's what they do. They go into this platform, and then the driver gets out of the cab at one end, gets into the cab at the other end. They don't need to turn around. Well, it's not as simple as that, guys, and I'm going to show you some images of exactly how it does work. Now let's go back over to Aldgate. Now over at Aldgate, this station actually has multiple platforms, which hopefully I've got an image showing you those multiple platforms. And there is a section of track which allows the train to switch over, right? Now I can't do, well, okay, look, I kind of could maybe sort of do that by putting in 4 platforms rather than having just the 2 that I've got now, which I suppose I could kind of try and do. Oh man, it's gonna be a little bit difficult, but you know what, I'll try and do it, guys. I'll try and do it. This is probably gonna mess up big time. God, I wish this had an undo key, but I'm gonna try and do it. Alright, so I'm going to demolish this station. Boom. Let's actually go to the proper trains. And underground. Okay, so I also want to get rid of this bit of turnaround track without demolishing anything else. Is that the right thing? God, I hope so. Yeah. Okay, so now I've got to find a station. Oh, by the way, MDTA, who created these stations, has actually created some more. And just to show you that I have absolutely no hard feelings to this guy, because he tried to do this without causing any problems. He really put a lot of effort into it. I've actually loaded up some more of his stuff. These are some underground, modern, large stations. So these are bigger than these little ones. But for this, we're going to use hopefully one of these. But you can see that it kind of doesn't necessarily snap exactly. Oh, that one will. That one will. Right, so we'll use that one. Now, the other thing you've got to check is that the heights are the same, because heights aren't always the same. But those look like they work. So, boom. Alright, cool. Oh, okay. This is kind of nerve-wracking stuff. Having done that, I then need to connect the track up. So, yeah, we can just hook it up like that. It doesn't have to be clever. Cool. Right, now I've got to move these stations. So, okay, if I go out of here and go to this and click on a line and go to the line's overview. Let's see, I want underground. Right, so you've got these eyes, and you can hide certain lines. So in this case, I want to hide the circle line, and thanks to the people that told me about this, because I actually didn't know about this. So let's turn off that one. Yeah, I've turned that off. Thank you. Good. So having turned those off, now with a bit of luck, if we go back to the underground and the line saw, we can move this stop to over there. Now, yeah, how do I want to do this? Probably the better way to do this is to take this back. Alright, so now it's doing that. The thing is, if I'd have done this before, right, that means that this train is pulling into oncoming traffic, right, and it doesn't do that. That's why I put in the turnaround. There does need to be a facility for it to properly turn around. But now I can take that, move that over to separate platform. Right, so what I now need to do is go back to, oh, here we go. Get out of there, go back to this. I wish you could do this in one freaking place. It's kind of ridiculous having to switch in and out of it. Then I need to turn back on the circle lines. Right, and now we're done. Cool. So there you go. That is actually fairly accurate, more accurate than having the turnaround loop. Now, to all the people that said, oh, why have you put that turnaround loop? They don't have turnaround loops. Oh, yes, they freaking do, right? And if we go down here and follow the northern line down to, now let's see, Kennington. I think this is Kennington. Let's bring the map up so I can actually see. Yeah, this is Kennington. At Kennington, and I'll pop up a graphic and show you, there is a turnaround loop, exactly like the one that I put up there. And the trains that come down to Kennington, right, if some of the trains just go to Kennington and then they go back, and they go around this turnaround loop, right? So they go around the turnaround loop and go back up, right? Because not all the trains go down there. Now, am I going to put in that turnaround loop? No, because I'm not going to have, like, multiple lines on, like, partial bits of the... that just is taking it to a ridiculous level. I'd never get this damn thing finished if I try and do that. Oh, I don't know. Maybe when we get up to about episode 300 of this series, like, maybe I'll be doing stupid things like that. But, like, right at the moment, no, I am not planning to do that. But there you go. It just goes to show you, like, how complicated the network is. And they do have all kinds of strange mechanisms for allowing trains to either turn round or or get off the track and do weird things. So there you go. I hope that was kind of sort of interesting. Right. Having done that, now hopefully we can get on and finish off the Jubilee line. Time-lapse time. Okay, now while I get on with putting these stations and hooking the track up, I've got some fairly interesting trivia for you, and I need to get a move on because, in actual fact, this isn't going to be a long time-lapse because I've got something which I think it turned out to be one of the best things that I've done in London so far, which is the Baker Street Junction. And you'll see when I do it, but it's we've taken it to a new level of accuracy. So you got that to look forward to. But let's talk about the Jubilee line. So first of all, why is it called the Jubilee line? Well, it was named the Jubilee line to celebrate the Silver Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II, which was in 1976, I think. 1976? I think it was 1976. And that's why the line is coloured silver on the map. So, Silver Jubilee. Haha, there you go. They don't just throw this stuff together. There's some thought goes into this. Now, this is the newest line on the London Underground. But parts of the track actually go back to the 1930s. Like, I think they go back as far as like 1932, and some of the stations go back as far as 1879. Can you believe? There was an extension that was done from Waterloo out to Stratford in the east. That was done in 1999. And since then, because they kind of connected up to a section of London which had been like really poorly served by the London Underground up until that point, and connected up Canary Wharf and the new financial centre, it's now the third busiest line with 213 million passengers a year. Unbelievable, and yet true. Right, so there you go. That's the time lapse. Now we're going to delve into the Baker Street Junction. Okay, guys, we're going to tackle Baker Street. Baker Street, I think, is arguably the most complex junction, or certainly one of the most complex junctions on the London Underground network. And yeah, we need to make some changes here. Now you can see I've got a six-way station in here. Let's get out of here. So we've got this this six-way station here. The thing is that Baker Street actually has, I think, 10 platforms, and it works a little bit differently to this. There are 4 platforms for one of the lines, and then there are 2 platforms for another 3 lines. So there's 4 lines going through here. In fact, there are actually more than 4 lines going through here. It's very, very complicated. But what we're going to have to do to mimic this properly, we're going to have to put in another station. Now, what we really should do, hang on, let's have a look at the map first, because the first thing we need to do is kind of get the roads right. Now, the main Baker Street station is in this little triangle here. So how can we kind of sort of represent that? Well, I guess we can kind of sort of put a little triangle in. So if we put in, let's take that. So we want that road going up there, which then joins onto this, I think. Yeah. So join you up like that, and then this is going to have to come across here. It's going to have to be a little bit bigger than it actually is, but we'll live with it. Okay, so now the problem that I've got is the station that I've put in here has got the district and the circle lines going through it. Well, in actual fact, those need to be on a separate line. Jeez, this is this is not easy. Oh man. Okay. Right. Well, let's just get this done somehow. So we want to put in. How are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? See, really, I should put one of these large modern ones in. Now, I'm going to stick with the one I've got, I think. But I do need to put in another one. Now, what do I put in? I'm thinking that maybe I just put one of these underground classics in. But the thing is, like, where would you put it in? Because it's got to... Right, that one's going low, that track, so we could put it in here. We can't put it in that side because it clashes with that. So I think the only place that we can put it is here. In actual fact, in actual fact, the main station is kind of in the middle of this triangle, and then there's another entrance over here, which is kind of down to the circle district. But like the whole thing is linked to all the platforms and whatever, so it kind of doesn't work quite like that. But since anybody transferring from these lines to the district and circle line are going to have to like leave this station and go to the other one, which in the real world they wouldn't have to do because there are underground tunnels, pedestrian tunnels connecting them. We're just going to have to kind of see what we can do. So, what have I got? I've got one of those. Let's just see. I think I need to do the roads around here first before I can. So we've got that road coming across there. So we could take. I mean, we could take that road in a little bit closer. Make that life a little bit easier. Let's do that. So if we take a road from here, oh no, it goes through the building. That's no good. Yeah, it's clipping the station. Okay, how about we do it like that, and then we have this one coming down like that. Where does that go down? Oh, it goes all the way down here through the middle of that building. I'll have to change that around a little bit, and that comes down here as well. I think they should probably go around this building in some way. I may have to read. This is Oxford Street here. This is Oxford Street going along there. This red street going along here. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to work around. I think we're going to have to do something along the lines of putting a road up there, around the back of this building. See, like this one, we could do something going up like there, and get rid of that and put this in going up here like that. I should have taken that. I should have taken that a tiny bit further, shouldn't I? Let's redo that. Let's try and get something that actually works. So that needs to go up to there. Like that kind of deal. And then we'll do the same with this street so that they're parallel. The roads will never do what you want them to do. Let's take the damn snap off. There we go. So at least we've got those two roads parallel. Now, I'm thinking we have to do something like that. That stupid building's in the way. Oh no, that's a tube station there, isn't it? Yeah, what's that? Bond Street. Oh, man. Really, that could do with moving, but... I could move that slightly, so it's the other side of that. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to. Realistically. Man, it's a shame those buildings aren't a little bit more spaced out, so that we can maybe put the road at the side of there. Let's bring the map up again. Yeah, because you've got this road going up here. Do I move those over slightly? Oh, man. A lot of fussing around, huh? But I think it's worthwhile. A bit of fussing around. Try and get this as accurate as we can get it. So we want to move this. Let's see. So it's currently there. We want to move it like 2 spaces across. So that would be there. And then this one I want to move across. Oh, hang on. Now, where did I want to put that road? Did I want to put it between these two or next to there? Bring up the map and see. Well, there's kind of 3. These buildings are obviously much larger than they are in reality. So I think what we're going to have to do is move that another 2 squares. Okay, so you were there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to go there. Then this is going to get moved over. 1, 2. Like that. Now we'll find out if this will work. So, we want to take this road round the back of here. Now I'll need toggle snapping back on. That needs to go to there. Yeah, that'll have to go into there. Kind of got no. I mean, I could relay that bit right. Yeah, let's do that. So, take snapping off. Oh, come on. Okay. God, nothing's ever easy. It's fun though, isn't it? So, let's have snapping back on. Okay, so we want the junction to be there. Cool. So now, hopefully, when I put this road in, it'll snap to there. Ah, you damn thing. Okay, you know what? Let's take that back. Man, I'm starting to wish I'd done this in time-lapse now. God, a lot of faffing around, isn't there? Okay, we'll take that down to like that then. And run that through there. Okay, so then that road's going to come down to there. You know, I'm just wondering, if I got rid of this, I'm going to try this. If I get rid of that, can I actually run this straight? See, then now I can run this straight up the side of that building. Weird. And then run that across there. Okay, then that's going to go down there. And we can also have a road going up the side of the station like that. Alright, that is much better. Much better. Where does that one go? That one goes up to there, so we'll bring it up like that and then like that. There we go. Cool. Whew, man. Alright, so we've got that station in there. Now we've got the roads sorted out. We can decide where we want to put this. And I mean, I'm thinking it's kind of got to go like there. I don't really see we've got any option but to put it there. It's a shame that that isn't coming out straight, and I'm really kind of tempted to angle that. In fact, I'm going to. So we'll bring that road out straight for a few clicks. then we'll pick it up to there. And that means I can just get the station like right on this corner. Like I said, it should really be on that corner, and this station should be in the middle of this triangle, but it's the closest we're gonna get. So there, that goes in there. Right. Oh god. Now the fun starts, guys, because this line that's coming through here actually needs to go through this station. This is gonna be fun. And I use the term fun extremely loosely. So this is gonna come now. Hang on, I need to actually look at this. So yeah, this metropolitan line is gonna have to change because it doesn't go through that way. It actually goes through this platform going like straight north, and the Jubilee line doesn't go through this platform. It goes through this one, the one that the district and the circle line are currently going through. So as you can see, this isn't quite as straightforward. So let's take that out, and let's take that out. Do I take this back a bit further? Yeah, I think we do. And let's take that out, and we'll take that out. Now I said the metropolitan line goes through this north one, doesn't it? Yep. So we've got to take this bit of the Jubilee line out, and probably a bit more of this. Jesus. Jeez. I have to get rid of those. Yeah, there's going to be some real messing around goes on here, guys. So this is going to go straight into here, and then straight out the other side like that. Okay, so let's try and get these lines sorted out first. Oops. So we want to move no, I want to be in this, don't I? Yeah. I want to move that stop to this station like that, and I want to move that to there. Cha-ching. Oh, this is only the circle line, isn't it? Yeah. We haven't got the district line going through here. Now, what the hell's going on here? We've got a couple of broken lines. Oh, have we got the district line going through here? I don't even know. Okay. Right, well, let's got to get out of there, then go back into here, then click on this, then go to the lines overview, then turn off, oops, then turn off the circle lines. So what the hell are these? Like, what on earth are those? Oh, hang on a second. It's got to be one of these lines. That's hang on a sec. No, that's right, isn't it? Huh. Let's actually get rid of those, maybe. Jeez, this becomes so ridiculously complicated. Or do I just leave them alone? I really want to get rid of them though. Okay, there we go. So I think we fixed one. So now I need to go to. See, why can't you do this in one freaking place? So now we need to go to the lines overview, turn that one off, turn that one on. Right, and then I have to go back to here so that I can get rid of that. Right. So now good. That's fixed that. Then I have to go back to here and lines overview, turn that one on, turn that one off. is this fiddly enough? And then I have to go back to here so that I can actually move that line and add that stop back in. Hooray! Guys, we've just fixed the circle line, although I can see there's still some broken bits, but that's okay because this line, still got to put this station in. You know what? Shall I do it now? Like, what the hell? I think it should be that type of station. It looks right in terms of the track heights and stuff. Okay, so let's now which lines is it? Okay, so it's complaining about the central line. So let's trim that back and that back, and then see, now those will hook up. Oh, and the circle line's all happy again. Then hook that up and that up. And with a bit of luck, if I let this run, no, we'll look at that afterwards and see if that reconnects. It should reconnect. Okay, so we fixed that. Okay, and we've got the circle line bit running the way it should. Right, where's Baker Street again? Here we go. Here's Baker Street. So the Metropolitan line goes. See, now the thing is, the Metropolitan line comes off here and goes through there, but obviously we haven't got quite that much space, and that goes underneath. So what we'll do is, like, the best we can do with this is to run a bit of track like this. Cool. And then that is going to have to go up there. Oh, let me double check. So the Baker Street and Jubilee lines are actually separate tunnels up to Finchley Road. So yeah, okay, man. Oh yeah. This is so ridiculously complicated. Okay, this is the Jubilee line. Now, the Jubilee line needs to go into this tunnel. Into this platform here. Oh, hang on. Is it that point, or is it the... No, it needs to go... Yeah, the Bakerloo line goes through those platforms. The Jubilee line goes through that platform. So, we're going to have to bring this... God. Somehow... Well, we're going to have to go down... I guess, and go underneath this, like this, and then like come back up and hook onto this, which is the best. That's kind of the best we can do. And then this, in actual fact, is going to be the Jubilee line going up here. Like that. So that's actually the Jubilee line. Now, the question is, what are we going to do about the Metropolitan line? So, the Metropolitan line, I guess, and this can kind of go pretty much anywhere. It doesn't really matter that much, but I think we'll kind of bring it up. It does run fairly close to the Metropolitan line, at least in some ways. And then we want to bring it in, I don't know. Again, this should probably be a 4. This should probably be 4 platforms. Let me check. Where are we? Yeah, I'm thinking this has got to be... No, no, no. Apparently, it does share platforms. So yeah, it just. Oh no, no, no! It does have separate platforms, but they're the two Jubilee platforms are on the inside. Oh God, that couldn't be more difficult. All right, well, we'll change this into a. We'll change this into a 4, I guess. So take that back. So we'll put in. No, we want to go the other way. We want an equals like that. Okay, so we'll put that in there. Oh man, I think this is one of the best episodes for ages. This is just so ridiculously, insanely complicated. So why am I trying to connect a road to a subway track? Bonehead. Right, so that's going to go into there, and you are going to go into there. Okay, cool. Now all we have to do is move. Oh, great. I can't move them. Ah, yeah. Okay, what about, can I? Oh, yeah. I can't get to them at all. Oh, man. Okay, well, that kind of sucks. Let's let it run on. Will they jump? I don't think they will. Sometimes they jump to. Oh, here we go. That's connected, so now I can get rid of it. Good. Alright, so we take that out of there. So we come all the way back down to here. We need to get rid of these two. Which, again, can I get rid of them? It doesn't look like I can at the moment. Ah, nightmare. Nightmare. So where's the Metropolitan line? The Metropolitan line is back here. So that should go to there. But probably the better thing to do is to drag it all the way up here. Take it into there. Alright, cool. And then come back down to here and then add in the couple of extra stations, the couple of extra stops. So stop there and stop there. Good, and the other two have disappeared. No, they haven't. They're still there. But I can get rid of that one now and get rid of that one now. Cool, awesome. Right, we've got the Metropolitan line almost done. We need to get rid of that stop. So that's correct. And then put that in there. Oh my lord, we've got the Metropolitan line exactly the way it should be. Sweet. I'm just looking at this and thinking, am I going to be able to get the Bakerloo track over there? You know what? Let's just put a little bit of track in to make sure. Yeah, because that's way down, isn't it? Yeah, that's cool. Let's just put that little bit of track like that. Okay, excellent. So, Jubilee line. Jubilee line. Can we put the Jubilee line in? We can put the Jubilee line in. Right, let's make sure. I think I've done, like, have I done both sides of the circle line? I think I have. I've got to go to here and click on this and then go to lines overview and turn that one on. Okay, circle line. Circle line is right. Metropolitan line is right. Jubilee line. So, let's go back down to here. Now, ooh, this is all a bit of a mess. Let's take... man, there's so many broken bits around here. Look at this. This is a mess. So that needs to be... that needs to be fixed there. Right, there we go. And then drag that to there. So that's right. And then that comes through to here. Okay. So we need to move this stop all the way to the end of the Jubilee line, which is going to be here. Oh, I can't find a path. Why can't you find a path? That's all connected through there. That can't find a path, apparently. Why can't you find a path? Okay, well, it's got issues. Huh, okay. Alright, let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. We'll try doing it like this. So this is the up line. So that needs to go up here and into here. Cha-ching. And then we need to do the same with the other half of the line. So you... Why this wouldn't do it in one go, I really don't know. See, it's saying can't find path. Why can't you find a path, you stupid... you stupid train, you. So you can go to there. Alright, well let's do it. I guess let's do it a bit at a time then. No, I don't want to move the stop. I just want to extend it. So we go from Waterloo to Westminster there. Ooh, but that's doing... that's doing weird things. Why are you doing that? Okay, that's very weird. Alright, you know what? Let's see if we can move that stop. Just move the stop to there. Ah, then it'll do it. Okay, well we'll do it that way then. So... there we go. We'll just do it like one stop at a time. Yep, that's working. And then through here, Baker Street. And then Baker Street to St John's Wood. And St John's Wood to Swiss Cottage, and Swiss Cottage to Finchley Road. Now, obviously, this should come up onto the track, onto the overground track, and there should be two tracks running along here. In fact, there are 2 or 3 lines running along here. But like, see, that's why is that saying it's broken? That's kind of weird. So now we need to put all the rest of the stops in. So stop there, stop there. That was Swiss Cottage. This is St John's Wood. Are you still saying you're broken? See, that's still saying it's broken. I don't understand why. Then we come back down to Baker Street. There and there. And this is Bond Street. Which should be there and there. Good. I think. Yep, that looks right. But that's Bond Street. This is Green Park. Yeah, Green Park. Because it's right next to the park. Called Green Park. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Right, so, yeah, let's attach that one, and then back down to Westminster. There and there. And then Waterloo. There and there. Now, there's still that broken stop there, which I think belongs to the Jubilee line. What about if I get rid of it? Aha! I got rid of it. Good. And then, what the hell station is this? Oh, this is Southwark, isn't it? Yeah, this is Southwark. So, let's put the stops in for Southwark Station. And then this is London Bridge, and from there on, it all looks good up to here. Okay, so we've still got to sort out... Okay, well, I've got to do this part of Canary Wharf, but I'm not going to do that now because I'm pretty sure that this episode has already run on quite a long time. Whew, man, but that does mean that we have sorted this out. Beautiful. So we've got the Circle line that comes through these two platforms. We've got the Metropolitan line, which deviates from the Circle line and then goes up through these two northbound platforms. Or north-south platforms. We've got the Jubilee line that comes up and through these top two platforms, and then we'll have the Bakerloo line that runs through these two platforms. And as you can see, that is pretty well. That is pretty damn accurate. That is an accurate reflection. Okay, the tunnels aren't in exactly the same place as the tunnels on the in the real world, but all the platforms and everything, and the basic tunnel routes are the same as they are in the real world. So, oh my God, I'm going to go and have a lie down. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I thought it was awesome. I'll catch you for the next one. Peace out.